We'll move on to the consent agenda. Madam Clerk?
Consent agenda items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any board member, staff member, or interested party may request the removal of an item from the consent agenda for later discussion.
Does any board member wish to remove any items?
Chair, I don't need to remove any, but I will abstain from voting on the December 10th minutes as I was not present.
Thank you. Any member of the public would like to pull an item?
Item 5, Chair, specifically sub-item E.
So that's item 5, correct?
Item 5.
Great.
E, 5E.
Anyone else? I'll bring it back to the board for a motion.
Move.
Second.
With those, with the removal.
With the removal of,
and
yes.
so, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4, do I say 4-0 then because of, yeah, thank you. One abstention. So we'll sing on.
Yeah. Yeah. 5-0 on all but 3, which passed 4-0-1.
Thank you. We'll bring item 5 up now.
Item 5, action item, Clerk of Board of Supervisors, appointment of applicants to serve on various committees, commissions, advisory boards, special districts, and county service areas.
Mr. Buttner.
My name is Christopher Buttner, publisher of Calaveras 2026election.com. During the January 14, 2025 Board of Supervisors meeting, District 1 Supervisor Tofanelli stated the D1 position on the Calaveras Fish and Game Commission had been empty for a while. I've since learned this Calaveras Fish and Game Commission position was vacant for 8 years and after a prolonged gap and neglect had attracted a well-qualified candidate for the county's consideration for appointment. The appearance of a dark horse candidate for this position announced by Supervisor Tofanelli during the last Board of Supervisors meeting took attentive observers by surprise. Improbably, after 8 years vacant, this position suddenly attracted attention and candidacy from a second individual at the 11th hour on January 14, 2025, from applicant EHolt, Director of the Calaveras Office of Emergency Services. This matter serves as a valuable civics lesson in participatory local government, providing an example and examination of the intentional lack of transparent administrative practices by this Calaveras government. Any extra time Holt may have for another position would be better spent serving the unmet needs of Calaveras citizens, hardening the county's built-in natural infrastructure against potential man-made and natural disasters, and focusing on preparing and maximizing critical resources required and anticipated for the county's inevitable response and recovery efforts. Perhaps Holt, in his role as Director of OES, might invest any extra available time toward mitigating the unnecessarily elevated risk of catastrophic fire posed to the community of Arnold and the surrounding inhabited and uninhabited areas within the Stanislaus National Forest by the new Tesla supercharging station that was inexplicably approved for installation and is now operational behind Meadowmont Center. Now I need to remind you that Calaveras is in the top 10 of California's most wildfire-prone counties, having the unfortunate distinction as one of the top 4 counties in America with the highest cancellation rates of homeowners insurance. Perhaps Holt might, in any extra time available, accompany a county engineer on periodic structural inspections of our aging local tourist attractions, such as our 3 local caverns, long-cherished internationally renowned attractions where visitors from around the world arrive with an expectation of Calaveras public safety vigilance. Diluting Holt's primary job as director of the Calaveras Office of Emergency Services by adding the responsibility for representing D1 on the Calaveras County Fish and Game Commission, I respectfully argue may jeopardize public safety. My name is Christopher Buttner, publisher of Calaveras2026election.com.
Mr. Holt.
I'd just like to say, I just moved here in May, so I don't know about the prior 8 years, but I'm applying as a tax-paying citizen of UI. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any comments from the board?
Just that, the Fish and Game Commission's been really solid. I've been on the representative for the past 6 years for the board. There's been a few times within that 6 years that a few District 1 people have processed through. They have not stayed solid. And when we have these meetings, it's not during work hours, it's later in the day. So this would not conflict with any work time for said individual. And I'm very happy if it's Mr. Tofanelli's recommendation to support him as.
Thank you, Supervisor. Supervisor Tofanelli?
Yeah, I just want to thank both applicants that filed for this. And there are 2 open positions. One is for District 1, one's for just a general public member. I appreciate both of them coming forward. It has been a long time since District 1 has had somebody on this commission. And so with that, I would move this item.
Do I need to ask for more public comment? Is there any other public comment? Thank you. Sorry, do we have a
Second.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0.